So it's a pretty weird time to be an actor. As I'm making this video, the entertainment industry is just starting to recover from the WGA and SAG strikes from 2023. And if I'm completely honest, acting has been in sort of a strange place even since before the many strikes. And I know that people say, actors, you need to be self-producing, blah, 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 like all the time. But if there's one bit of perspective that I am taking away from these strikes, it's that it is so important to have work that is completely yours. So I want to talk about why self-producing is key for a long and sustainable career in the arts. So a little bit about me. I am definitely an actor first. I majored in theater studies at Yale, where I was super involved with on-campus theater as well as a cappella and sketch comedy. Now I'm a member of Equity, which is really awesome, and I've had some pretty cool opportunities, such as performing as the fairy godmother on the last national tour of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Also have had some regional opportunities, and I am, eternally clawing my way towards Broadway. But in terms of self-producing, I have a solo show that I created as my senior thesis project in college. I also have a podcast that is currently on hiatus, a podcast about movies, Revolutionary. And my big self-producing project right now is the pilot that I wrote in 2020, also classic. It's basically for the girlies who are both reading The Princess Diaries and Percy Jackson. Just trust me on this one. Or check out the crowdfunding video elsewhere on this channel. I'll link it somewhere, somehow. I used to think about self-producing as a necessary evil, but now I am beginning to see it as opportunity for myself and for my future collaborators. And some of these reasons are less obvious than you might think. So that said, let's forge ahead and get into the 9 reasons why actors should be self-producing in whatever year it is. So the first reason is probably the one that you're already thinking about, and it's that self-producing gives you something to do. There can be some really long and kind of spooky moments in between acting gigs, and if you want to build up your resume or even just have something you can post about on social media that isn't just another selfie, self-producing is just a great way to know that you have something going on, period. Reason number 2, maybe another semi-obvious one, these projects are also opportunities to really distill your brand. So if you feel like people keep casting me as a bombshell, but really I'm a girl next door, this is your opportunity to be the girl next door, and then you'll have that footage to show to the world. Reason number 3, it is an opportunity to say and do exactly what you want in your media of choice. For example, my project that I'm currently working on is a combination of 2 of my main interests, Greek mythology and modern day romantic comedies. Self-producing is an opportunity to make the shows or the movies or the musicals that you want to see in the world. Gandhi would approve, which kind of ties to what I consider to be reason number 4, doing exactly what you want behind the scenes. There's so much in this industry, especially I think for performers, that feels out of our control. But when you self-produce, you're able to choose your timeline, your collaborators, where you want to work. I keep hearing all these stories about how Adam Sandler will produce a movie that's set in a delightful international location, and then his entire team will just go hang out on the beach for a couple of months while they make their film. That's the power of self-producing. Okay, but now we're getting into the less obvious reasons to self-produce. I want to give a sidebar shout out to Artist Strategy, which is this really great creative life coaching organization that I spent some time working with earlier this year that really helped me crystallize and understand why self-producing was so essential. So reason number 5 that producing is great for actors is that you are able to expand your network. As an actor, the people that I interact with most are other actors, director, team rehearsal, and then when I'm in audition mode, I'm connecting with casting. But when I'm self-producing, suddenly I'm getting to talk to a lot of different directors, producers, designers, and depending on your project's budget, you might be able to hire a casting director. How cool is it to possibly be the person who's offering a casting director an opportunity instead of the other way around? And even if you don't end up working with every single person you talk to, self-producing creates lots and lots of opportunities to start up new relationships and meet more people who will become your collaborators down the line, or who might introduce you to other cool people now that you're part of their network. Reason number 6 that self-producing is really key is that it is a huge learning experience. Oh my gosh. I am in pre-production for my own project and already my brain has gotten so much bigger. One example of this is casting this project. Being on the other side of the casting table and trying to piece together the puzzle gives me so much more perspective on my own work as an actor when I'm auditioning for a project. And something I want to do with this channel is talk about all the different things I've been learning, like how to write a script for the screen, how hard editing is because it's really, really, really hard. The casting experience, finding staff, raising money. I had so many questions when I got started and I Googled a lot and read a lot and had a lot of phone calls to try and understand some things. And I look forward to sharing what I've been learning with all of you. Reason number 7 is something that's really meaningful to me, which is that when you're a producer, you have opportunities to offer to other people. For my project, I have this super cool director attached, and who knows if I would ever have had the opportunity to work with her, but because I was able to reach out and say, hey, I've got this project that I'm really excited about that I made. Would you like to be a part of this? She said yes, and hopefully we'll get to continue working together in the longer term. And if you get really, really great at producing, then you may have the opportunity to produce other people's scripts and help someone else's project come to fruition, which is definitely one of my longer term goals. Reason number 8 is that you are building up a reputation as somebody who gets stuff done, which is pretty fantastic. I kind of consider this point to be branding level 2. It's not just, oh, these are the parts that I want to play that I don't always get to play, but also this is how, in general, I am perceived in the industry. I hear a lot of casting folks talking about how they love to work with interesting people who just happen to be actors. Self-producing is a great way to show that you are an interesting person. I know that when I'm meeting new people, if they have projects that they've spearheaded, that is so exciting to me because it shows that they have a clear vision and an ability to follow through. That could be you. And in general, producing takes you from a person who's running around and hoping that somebody will take a chance on them to being somebody who eventually is able to create opportunities for other people, which is so cool. And finally, reason number 9, that you should self-produce. There is no better feeling than making something where there was not something before. And it is really scary. And I definitely feel a lot of imposter syndrome in this process. And I'm like, where is this money gonna come from? But I just know that when I am able to point to something that came out of my tiny little pea brain and is now a real thing that's out in the world that other people can see and enjoy and connect with, that's an incredible feeling. So I encourage you to get started, take that first step, and get pumped about how self-producing can take your career to the next level. So my goal with this channel is to continue sharing specific resources and experiences, maybe eventually some interviews and other cool content that supports creatives on this journey into self-producing. And I'm also excited to talk to y'all about some larger thoughts about what life is like as a creative multi-hyphenate living and working in New York. So I hope that maybe this can be a home base for a lot of that information for people. Let me know in the comments what you are working on, what drives you to create, any questions you have, or suggestions of topics that you'd like me to cover. I would love to hear from you. So yeah, please, if this sounds interesting to you, keep following me here, keep following me on other platforms. I'll put that in the description so that you can see what's up, and keep an eye out for my project, Divine Intervention, coming to a screen somewhere near you very soon. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next week. All right, bye. Another reason that, reason number 6, I don't know what numbers are. Okay, I don't know what number reason this is. I think it's 7, but it might be 8. I just combined some. I'm confused. Anyway,